Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. Today we'll be talking about some of the news topics from across the country. I'm Jay.
And I'm Alex.
This ad is brought to you by Carzuno, the easiest way to lease a brand new car in Thailand.
And we're going to start with our first topic today, where a corrupt former DSI chief faces 44 million baht asset seizure. Corruption, ladies and gentlemen. Who knew? Thailand's National Anti-Corruption Commission has seized over 44 million baht, which is around 10 million USD in assets from former DSI Director General Thadit Pengdit after finding him guilty of amassing unusual wealth. The investigation revealed Thadit accumulated assets worth 386 million baht in total. The Criminal Court for Corruption and Misconduct ordered the assets transferred to the state. Thadit must comply or compensate the government with equivalent value. Took him a while.
Yeah, it sure did. I don't know. Like, that's one of the things, right? Like, how can you get so rich in a government position? Like, that's kind of the question. And in America, we have lobbying. So everybody knows that, like, politicians get insider information about stocks and things like that, and then use that to enrich themselves on the stock market. I know the game's a little bit different in Thailand, but it can't be that different. But it's interesting that they're saying just, hey, hand over the money, and you're not in trouble, I guess. Like, I don't know. Still doesn't feel like the right punishment.
386 million. That's how long it took them to find out that, hey, I feel like Alex has a little bit too much money, guys.
Yeah.
The first 100 million didn't ring any bell, nor did the second 100 or the third 100. It was when it hit 386.
Hey, some people
something's wrong.
They make wise investments.
Yeah.
Like getting a job where you can abuse your power.
Yeah.
Good idea. Well, anyways, I've got a bit of a tragic story and a confusing one coming up next. So a Thai woman is blaming a police drug search in her private areas for her miscarriage.
Oh.
Now, Kun Orani, a 30-year-old Thai woman, is suing the Samut Prakan Provincial Police's Narcotics Suppression Unit, claiming that a vaginal drug search conducted by a policewoman led to her miscarriage. On May 16th, 10 officers raided her home, and despite Orani's pregnancy disclosure, a policewoman searched her down there, causing bleeding and subsequent miscarriage. Orani, charged with operating an illegal kiddie purse, discovered the miscarriage at a hospital post-bail. The police, while admitting to the search, await further medical examination to determine the exact cause of the miscarriage. In this story, I learned a new term, the kiddie purse. A kiddie purse is basically an illegal slush fund for people running illicit activities. So unclear as of yet whether they found drugs at the residence, whether she will be charged with any drug crimes. However, they have charged her through her connections with illegal operators. However, that does not excuse this disgusting search.
It almost makes me like feel weak. Like, that's crazy to do something like that. Like.
Even she disclosed it too. Yeah. It's like, all right, if you really want to search there, take it to a hospital, make sure medical professionals are doing it or something like that.
No, but, I don't know whether or not that action did cause a miscarriage, but cuff the lady and take her to a hospital, man.
Seems,
what an insane thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know. That's it's a tragic story, and who knows? Like, whether that was the search or maybe just the stress of the situation, I don't really know. But the point is, the correct steps were not taken.
Yeah,
and it led to this tragic situation.
Yeah, I don't know much what to say about it. I have nothing. I have nothing to say without swearing. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
On to the next one then.
On to the next one.
Another weird one too.
Thai woman suspected of poisoning her husband. Who hasn't thought that their partner has poisoned them before? Well, Ton, a 44-year-old owner of a Thai massage training center, died mysteriously on April 16th in Mahasarakham province following an assassination attempt on April 8th in Bangkok, where two men shot at his car. Ton returned home and later died. His sister, Natrapapat, suspects his wife, Maud, of poisoning him due to his body showing unusual signs like darkening and blood-stained tears. Don's assets worth around 40 million baht are in question. Maud denies the allegations and suggests an autopsy if needed. Police have issued arrest warrants for the shooting suspects for further clarify the case.
somebody wanted this guy out of the picture.
Yeah.
And that's pretty. So I can't believe that they don't look into it and see if there was foul play, since there was an attempt on his life before he actually did pass away. The question is, who stands to benefit is what usually happens. 40 million baht is a lot of money.
40 million baht will make you do some crazy things.
Yeah, and who knows who is really at fault here? But the wife is calling for an autopsy. She's saying, "Look, just look at it." And I guess we'll have to wait and see how this plays out.
Yeah,
certainly seems suspicious. Well, anyways, speaking of suspicious activities, we have been hearing about a U-turn on Thailand's cannabis policy.
Okay.
So a lot of research has come out to see what would the effects be on the overall society here. Now, so the Thai economy will be affected by heavy cannabis regulation. So Thailand faces a complex challenge with cannabis regulation, balancing economic impacts and legal constraints. Stringent controls could harm the economy, affecting tourism, local businesses, and small enterprises. The tourism sector, boosted by cannabis cafes, might suffer as restrictive push activities underground. Local businesses, especially those centered around cannabis cultivation and retail, face closure risks. Heavy regulations could also impact healthcare and medical tourism, limiting the potential of cannabis in medical treatments and research. Policy changes and legal amendments could drive the industry back into the black market, leading to revenue losses and compliance challenges. Striking a balance between regulation and economic growth is crucial for Thailand's future in the cannabis market. What do you make of that? I don't know. They let the cat out of the bag. Now they want to put it back in. It's going to have a big impact on all of Thai life, I think. Not just, of course, tourism now. Amsterdam of the East, we are, I believe. But what do you make of it?
I feel bad. I feel bad for all the young business owners, entrepreneurs who are trying to make a life of themselves, and also, like, you know, there was a sense of freedom that has always been associated with Thailand. The fact that you can get away with a lot of things, or just are available to do a lot of things in Thailand. You know, people from countries like Singapore, Malaysia, they were all coming to Thailand to have a little bit of fun, have a little bit of cannabis, and be some happy hippies. But in a lot of angles, this is very bad news, I think, for Thailand. Regulation. Just call for regulation, regulate it properly, and it will be fine. But no. Yeah,
I mean, that does seem to be the name of the game. Is that, like, it seems like they gave an inch and everybody took a mile.
Yeah,
right. Like
true.
It did. The market got a little crazy. Like
market is crazy.
It is to consider. There's more cannabis licenses out there than there are 7-Elevens in Thailand now. Apparently, that's those are big numbers. So I can understand the anxiety around it, but at the same time, think of the hundreds of thousands of jobs, the billions of dollars, and not to mention the fact that all of these cannabis dispensaries, they're in prime locations. They're propping up real estate prices too. So if you start shutting them down, then who's going to come and fill those business spaces? Quite a pickle. We'll see what happens.
All right. We're going to move on to our last two stories. Our first of last is regarding a Thai woman who seeks help as daughter's drug threat endangers baby. Kun Sanom, a 59-year-old Thai woman, sought assistance from social media influencer Gun due to her drug-addicted daughter Mot's violent behavior and threat to her baby. Mott, 42, forced her 9-month-old son to consume methamphetamine and has a history of destroying property and carrying a knife. Despite multiple rehab attempts, Mott's condition worsened. Sanom and locals tried to capture Mott for rehab, but she escaped and disappeared. Gun visited Sanom's home in Lat Krabang, Bangkok, and plans to work with police to find Mott and ensure her rehabilitation.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a
wild one.
That is pretty crazy, man. But obviously, that child needs to be out of that woman's care. She's not caring for it. She's actively endangering it. And she's on the lam still at this point. So interesting that they're trying to enlist this influencer to try to help her out. I guess she's a fan or something like that. Hopefully she can.
Well, a lot of the times, you know, they don't know who to contact, or they feel like the regular chains of communication don't really work. So, I mean, I don't blame her. At least she sought help and got the right help, right? It's getting done.
Just trying to, Hopefully they can find Maud.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, our last story, I got a fun one finally for us.
Okay.
Now, an Irish travel blogger builds his dream James Bond villa in Chiang Mai.
Yeah.
Now, Johnny Ward, a 40-year-old Irish travel blogger, built a luxury villa in Chiang Mai, Thailand in 2021 for about $600,000 or 22.5 million baht. The two-story villa features a pool, home cinema, and man cave. Ward first visited Chiang Mai at 22 and fell in love with the area. And after traveling the world, he returned to build his dream home with his Thai wife, Ja. He financed the project entirely in cash due to strict property loan criteria for foreigners in Thailand. But Ward's villa cost significantly less to build than buying a comparable existing home. He's also building a house nearby for his mother, who has Parkinson's disease. And this just kind of highlights all these millennials who came here and traveled like when they were younger. Well, if they made money back home, it goes a lot further here in Thailand, and they can put that money to good use, building amazing homes here, and just enjoying life in Thailand, and that's good. It's a lot of money. It's construction jobs. That's adding to the real estate market. So good on you, Ward. Happy for you.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So we do have some stories coming up for our ASEAN news.
Yeah.
Would you like to get us started?
Yes,
All
I
right.
shall. We're going to start with Malaysia, where their minister says terror suspect who killed 2 police officers acted alone. Now, a man who attacked a police station in Johor, Malaysia, killing 2 officers, is believed to have acted alone, despite suspected ties to the extremist group Jemaah Islamiyah. The assailant, armed with a machete, killed 1 officer and used the officer's weapon to kill another before being shot dead by police. Home Minister Saifuddin Nasution confirmed it was a lone wolf attack with no broader threat to the public. The attacker's father was a known Jemaah Islamiyah member, and materials linked to the group were found in their home. Authorities detained 7 people, including attacker's family, and are searching for additional Jemaah Islamiyah members. Singapore has warned its citizens to remain vigilant when traveling to Johor.
Yeah. Lone wolves are scary, but he does have known associations. So is it really lone? I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels like he was radicalized by an organized group.
But, obviously the act of this one person is horrible, and look, he was shot dead, but they're going to arrest his entire family?
I mean, the family has ties to the organization, and now that they have a family member who has committed murder. Yeah. So I can imagine they're arresting them for questioning. I'm not sure who's going to get charged with what, but having those affiliations and then a major crime being carried out, you can understand why the police are clamping down on that situation. Yeah. Well, anyways, I got another weird one coming out of Vietnam. Now, a Vietnamese kindergarten teacher has abused a 5-year-old student, forcing him to eat fruit. That's right, a kindergarten teacher in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, sparked outrage after footage revealed her sitting on a 5-year-old boy, hitting him, and forcing him to eat oranges. Now, Lam Thi Bang Cha, or Ba Ga, owner of Thi Bo Kindergarten, was caught on camera on April 11th. The boy's mother, Tan Hong, expressed her distress and reported her son's ongoing emotional trauma. The video has also showed Ga abusing another boy. Now, authorities have suspended the kindergarten's operations and urged parents to transfer their children. Compensation offers were made, but not accepted. And previous incidents of child abuse in Vietnamese and Chinese kindergartens highlight a concerning trend. Whoa, I don't know. You got to be careful.
Sitting on a 5-year-old kid and forcing him to eat oranges.
Yeah. Apparently, the mother said, she just noticed her son was, crying a lot in his sleep. And, what? Why? He was such a happy kid.
And he hates oranges.
Yeah, definitely not going to be liking them anymore.
No. This person, that's abuse.
It's abuse. Yeah,
that's just, here's some compensation. No, you can't just sit on my child. And that's just what was caught on camera. What other things did she do?
Tell me about it. I know, right? That's the thing. And that's the weird thing, too, is that they know there's cameras around. And they still try to get away with this
probably her kindergarten. She installed them, but oh well.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, security purposes. Little did she know she'd be incriminating herself.
Yeah. Oh, all right. We're going to move on to our last story, which is regarding AstraZeneca. Remember that? Mm-hmm. To build a 1.5 billion cancer drug plant in Singapore. Hey. AstraZeneca announced plans to construct a $1.5 billion manufacturing facility in Singapore to produce antibody drugs, conjugates, a cutting-edge category of cancer treatments. supported by the Singapore Economic Development Board. This will be AstraZeneca's first end-to-end ADC production site. The multi-stage production process involves creating antibodies that bind the tumor cells and release cell-killing chemicals. Construction will begin in late 2024 with operations starting in 2029. The facility, which will have zero carbon emissions, supports Singapore's growth in precision medicine and will generate jobs and economic opportunities.
Good news.
Good news.
I think $1.5 billion investment is huge for cancer research.
That's right.
How come that one feels like we got to figure that one out?
Yeah.
Cancer, no good. So any step towards that one, I'm happy about.
You might have had mixed feelings of AstraZeneca depending on where you stand, pro-vaccine or not pro-vaccine. But if they're going to try to help cancer, then good on for them.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Like,
Is this medicine washing?
Yeah, say again? What do you mean, medicine washing?
Yeah, sports washing.
Oh, I guess so for Singapore.
But people, exactly. People blame Saudi Arabia for sports washing. People might be blaming AstraZeneca or Singapore for medicine washing.
Maybe
Singapore because they've upset a lot of Taylor Swift fans, and AstraZeneca because vaccines, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. People don't like needles, I guess. But it's a I don't know. I think anything in the hunt for that end, everybody knows somebody who's been affected by cancer. So to be able to get a big step over here in Asia, I don't know. We'll see, though. You know what I mean? Feels like one of those things. The cure for cancer is always around the corner, and it just never comes. Hurry up.
I don't even know if we're close.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
The world doesn't really talk about these kinds of things. We talk about a lot of nonsense, but we never talk about how close are we to fix these diseases that have been around for 50 to 100 years.
Oh, I mean, that's forever.
Or more.
You mean for millennia?
Yeah. But are we even close to figuring out cancer? And there's so many different types of cancer. Have we fixed even one?
Well, I mean, there's all sorts of treatments that do have successful, remission, and people are able to be cured. But it would be nice to be able to just get that, like, hey, you got your cancer vaccine, and now you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice? But I don't know. Wishful thinking.
Okay.
Well, that'll do it for our stories.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, those were some of the stories from across Thailand and ASEAN. We'll now dive into the live chat for a little while.
This ad is brought to you by Carzuno, the easiest way to lease a brand new car in Thailand.